ways, climbing the ranks through D3 and FCS football, and both of them greeted midfield before.
Convincing win against Houston a week ago at Arrowhead. He'll call his own number on first down, twisting and turning.
Going into the fourth quarter, so the word for Kansas is finish.
Devin Neal, the running back. Daniels throws it, and the quick strike to Lawrence Arnold. He's stopped. Jayhawks need two. They were going to run the option into the boundary, and the noise already making a difference.
Play to the snap. False start. Offense number 47.
KU needs 7. Daniels flushed to the edge. And right at the line to gain as he stepped. 2 minutes in and a first down for the Jayhawks. Devin Neal rumbles across the 40. Lachlan goes in motion. Neal, the running back, they'll give it to him on the inside handoff. Jared Casey joins Daniels and Neal in the backfield on third down. Into the flats, Neal had to make one man miss. He'll do so in a little bit more. With the ball.
Number one, I think the ball did come out, but Devin Neal recovered it. But what this tells me is that the defense is hunting.
Moment. Morrison checks in at running back. Daniels going to be flushed again. Now delivers on the move. Incomplete. Savion Morrison remains on the field at running back. Grimm will move in motion. Daniels keeps it. Option in the boundary again. And Daniels. Neal remains on the sideline. Morrison has just 52 rush yards all season. Through the A-gap. Elite burst and a gain of 2. 10th play of the drive. Daniels with a clean pocket. Fires one deep, man-to-man coverage. Incomplete. Daniels effective on the ground early. The handoff to the edge and a first down and a lot more. There goes Morrison into the red zone. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Kansas. Due east on Interstate 70. No problem with his start. Stay with me. Savion Morrison, Acho.
Savion Morrison takes the opportunity, breaks the tackle, makes the defender miss, and finds the end zone. 7-zip Kansas.
For career high in passing yards a week ago. Road win in Morgantown. He'll throw it on first down. He wants to, and the dump off to his tight end, and they've got plenty of no rushing yards. That was by design. Coming off a physical game, a win, and the comeback at Colorado. DJ Giddens picks up a first down.
Peace. Like, that's the only word that I felt when I was around him. You just feel the sense of peace.
He'll step up in the pocket. He'll take off. The offensive coordinator here in Manhattan this season, Connor Riley. Matt Wells also a part of that mix. He's the co-offensive coordinator. And he's been a big part of that until a week ago. Play action, Johnson back to the air. Second and 10. DJ Giddens bottled up. They'll fake it to Giddens, a pump fake for Johnson, and he wants it all. Man-to-man coverage. And keep. Outstanding play. The KU secondary once again. Trevor Wilson. The fair. Casey moves in motion out of the pistol look. Daniels will keep it. And flushed out, he'll deliver it out of bounds.
To give his team the early lead.
After the incompletion, second down, Daniels from his own goal line. Jared Casey with a spin move and ahead to the 20. He's ready. He knows this is it. He's never beaten Kansas State. The time is now. Straight ahead goes Neal and a full head of steam. Slam. Let's see.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 10.
From 3 and 4 yards away. Yes, the hole was wide, but as you're watching this game, watch Devin Neal set people.
That doesn't feel good.
He's got that action.
Perfect start for KU. Movement at the line, no penalty marker comes in. Chris Kleiman told us this is the best 2-5 team in America. We know it. Daniels gonna heave one deep. Got him in! Incomplete.
And Quentin Skinner he simply drops it. And now you might say, okay, this just happens, but there have been a couple drops this season, plays that Quentin Skinner, he can definitely make, but the focus hasn't been there. There have been drops.
Third down for Daniels. He'll check it down to Neal. Into Kansas State territory. Stop. He's found his rhythm really in the last 6 quarters coming into this game tonight. It's Damon Greaves. As soon as the gates open, they have been loud and they've been involved. Avery Johnson back on the field. DJ Giddens stacked up at the Johnson. Both in the backfield have found ways all year long. Only lost to BYU. Keegan. Seen a lot of 13 personnel out of Kansas State the last couple of weeks. 3 tight ends on the field in that jumbo set. Giddens out of the backfield. The soft hands on display. Macho, he can run it, he can catch it. He's put up huge numbers. He'll push. Colin Klein, now the offensive coordinator at Texas A&M. Johnson will keep it, and along the far side, a first down. Football universe early last season, he scored 4 touchdowns against TCU. Fake it to Edwards, and the tunnel screen sails out of bounds. Also against BYU, and we've got some interesting games down the stretch, including here tonight. And the swing.
Welcome back to Manhattan. Kansas with a 7-0 lead over K-State. Coach Light.
Keeping plays alive in the first quarter, but we got a long way to go and need to tackle a little better here in the second quarter.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Look at the burst by Edwards. Colorado. Only 5'8", $167, if that. Get another touch. A pop pass. And
Personal foul. Targeting. Defense, number 45.
Top of that helmet as
After
you extend
review,
downwards.
there is no targeting on the play. Number 45 may continue to participate in the game.
It'll be second down. DJ Giddens, the running back. Avery Johnson wants to throw it, and the comeback route is there again.
It's got to be a little more downfield, not now, but as the game goes on.
On the jet sweep, Edwards searching for the line to gain, and he got
for a score to happen here.
11th play of the possession coming up. Play action. Johnson across the middle. It's caught again. So Keegan will get a breather. We'll check on his status. Giddens in the backfield. And a touch into a mass of humanity.
Jayhawks.
His ability with the jump cut has been outstanding. Johnson buys some time. There's the tight end again, rumbling towards the end zone, and the touchdown for Ancio. Again, he said, no, we're not. They're gritty. I got you.
This is a gritty group led by Will Ancio, born in Overland Park, Kansas, the Wichita area. Wants to be an orthopedic surgeon. Right now, he's doing surgery on the defense.
Johnson and company. And stepping out at the 1, you cannot do that.
And a horrible decision. There's really no way around it. You catch that ball, get it if you're thinking, okay, let me get 1 foot out of bounds, and then it'll be
out of bounds. Kicking team. Receiving team is elected to take the ball at the 35-yard line.
With the foot, left foot in.
Left foot in.
Here we go.
After review, it's confirmed that the receiver gained possession of the ball in bounds at the 1-yard line, carried out of bounds. It will be first down for Kansas at the 1-yard line.
Neal, the running back, tackled near his own goal line and driven backwards.
Completely cross the plane for it not to be a safety. Lalio, great hands, up in the dictionary.
Uncle Mo's on the side of the Wildcats for the first time tonight. Edwards and Johnson back deep to receive. Here's Dylan Edwards from the 12. Full head of steam to the edge. Ushered out of the 42.
Like, I get it. Short passes, all those things. Like, this is the time to take a shot.
Jay Giddens over left tackle, a gain of 2, still on his feet.
So you could methodically go down the field, or you could take it right now.
Johnson on the move. To Lexon. It's 3rd and 7. Giddens the running back. Johnson to the perimeter. Avery Johnson with a first down, a little bit more. What are you thinking when it's you and a safety? He goes, I'm thinking I'm going to score. That's the goal. Giddens played him. Doesn't really want the spotlight, but he commands it, even against his will. The wide receiver in an empty backfield. Johnson won't run it here, delivers a laser beam that's caught. Jace Brown, it'll be first and goal. Giddens in motion. Johnson will keep it.
And it's in the process.
Swanson and Giddens in the backfield. Johnson, a little jump pass, wide open for the touchdown.
Get blocking, and then they find a way. It's almost like that old Tim Tebow play. Find a way to make you think that they're going to block you, and you think it's a speed option. No, you find Garrett Oakley in the back of the end zone. Tight end, you tell me.
An important possession for the Jayhawks. And for the safety, their previous time on the field, the comeback on the back shoulder was there. Trevor Wilson there in the MAC. Followed him down to Lawrence, and a big play as the Jayhawks in business. Daniels directing traffic where the ball was whipping around for a moment. He gets it to Neal. It's been the story of Jalen Daniels' career when healthy. Only played in 3 games a year ago. Speed option again. Daniels keeps it and spins his way. 5 minutes to go in the half. Daniels wants it all. Man-to-man coverage. Penalty marker comes in. There was contact.
Pass interference. Defense number 19.
That had a chance for a moment. You saw him stumble as a result of the contact from VJ.
Well, you see Luke Grimm trying to get to the ball, and
Neal motions out. It's banged up earlier. And back on the field. Straight quarterback run. It shouldn't be. Now a redshirt junior. Option again, a late pitch. And Devin Neal could not get to the edge. Let's see. Wildcats show pressure. Here they come. Time for Daniels. Has a man. It's Graham reaching for the front pylon. And he got there. Indication right inside the pylon. Looked good from our perspective.
absolutely, and we haven't seen it yet, but what you will see when you watch Luke Grimm play
Is good. And a 2-point game. A little pitch and catch. A little pylon. It counts as 6 points where we come from.
Chemistry matters, and Luke Grimm and Jalen Daniels have had this chemistry for many years, and Luke Grimm is trying to get his team back in the game.
About 6 really bad minutes for the Wildcats in that one. Since then, Avery Johnson's been sensational on the slant. There goes Jace Brown, a first down ushered out at the
In game.
It's interesting, Acho. I don't know how often a head coach who's a defensive-minded coach meets with his quarterback. Unless Trey Lance was just arriving there in Fargo. KC, we cannot wait. Those 6 turnovers, 3 came in the first half. Back in Manhattan on 3rd down. Johnson's pass. Turning kicks. Clearly still Trevor Wilson. Back deep to receive this punt. Simon McClannon. The Wobblers fielded cleanly.
Daniels. So if you're asking me how aggressive they should be, I say extremely.
Daniels takes off a quarterback draw. And 1 defender missed. Plows.
If it was by 3 points, even West Virginia, there was a second half interception, beginning of it. So little things matter.
Daniels completes it to Trevor Wilson. There
It's dangerous. Jalen Daniels is dangerous, and not just as a runner, more specifically as a thrower.
False start. Offense number 19.
just the 2nd penalty call tonight on Kansas. Daniels back to throw, and a long ways to go. He spots Lawrence Arnold. 2 total yards, and just a safety separating these rivals. Daniels to Grimm.
All 3 timeouts, they're inside their own 50-yard line. The whole playbook's open.
Pressure. Daniels retreats. Wisely says. Daniels with all night to survey. Pass will be caught.
First down, so the clock is running. They're getting back on the ball now to hurry up and run a play.
Third and short. Daniels has the first, a little bit more. Drag losses. We mentioned them earlier in the show. And Illinois all began with that 23-17 setback, a late lead in the fourth quarter by 4. It was UNLV. Some late interceptions that were the difference makers in those games. Then at West Virginia, an 11-point advantage. 5 minutes ago, the Mountaineers come roaring back. TCU and Arizona State. You get what we're trying to suggest. They've been close, and a 2-5 team could easily be, or easily have, a winning record if just 1 or 2 of those games, perhaps 3, shift in their direction.
Chris Kleiman told us that this is
3 touchdowns without an interception last week. No pick so far for Daniels. Again, wants it all, double coverage until now, and it's picked off. Siegel has it. Back-to-back games with big plays for number 21. Still on his feet, Marquise Siegel. Drop of Jalen Daniels, his first bad decision. 2 defenders in the area.
and 2 picks in back-to-back weeks. Marquise Siegel is playing deep. He sees the ball, he tracks it, interception. He had a pick 6 last week. He's 6 foot, 197, transfer from North Dakota State. He is the team leader. We asked the coaches who the leader is, and it's been Marquise Siegel. But what it could have been at the 20 if he would have stayed in the end zone, got out almost to the 50.
Wilson, the intended receiver, made the tackle 50 yards the other direction. The star by that play is Johnson has that pass incomplete.
We have a big stop right now.
Giddens, the running back, play action for Avery Johnson, incomplete and back.
Pass. You have time really for 1 play and a timeout. I love how
need at least 15 more yards to be in field goal range for Chris Tennant.
in the second half, so these points matter.
3 KU defenders standing at the goal line. Johnson wants to heave one deep, and he does. At the 3, it's going to be caught, and a penalty marker comes in.
The offensive PI by Jace Brown.
Pass interference, offense number 1. That penalty is declined. That is the end of the first half.
Kansas, a 2-point game in the Sunflower Showdown. Kansas State leading arch rival KU. Numbers just about even across most key statistics. See the football first. And away we go in the Little Apple. 2-point game. K-State back on the field.
Legs like he's done.
4 carries, 34 yards for Johnson in the first half. This time it's DJ Giddens. And corralled by the shoestrings as he... 28 days between home games for the Wildcats. DJ Giddens around the left side, weaving his way through traffic. Still on the move, racing into Kansas territory. The stutter step, he'll stay in bounds. And that changes the complexion of everything with this Kansas State ground game. Avery Johnson on cue takes off. Not only Connor Riley, but co-offensive coordinator Matt Wells that have assisted in his development. He'll keep it here. On the move, Johnson across the goal line for the touchdown.
Start on the ground and keep it on the ground. It started with DJ Giddens, then Avery Johnson with the keeper. Stays on balance, uses the stiff arm, and finds the end zone. Touchdown, K-State. Wants this to be a game.
Productive on the ground and through the air. Exception of the 1 interception. Nifty 1 yards rushing. Also effective through the air. They'll run the reverse to Grimm. Grimm looking for the convoy. He'll find it. Wildcats. Joe Planter in the DC. Daniels drifts back. And Neal is wide open into KSU territory. He'll take it. Jalen Daniels just motioned out. And Cole Ballard on the field. Ballard takes it across the 35. In the recruiting process. Daniels back on the field, 2nd down and 4. Devin Neal. A lot of shifting, a lot of movement. The tunnel screen to Grimm, and he'll bolt ahead for the first down. Neal flanks Daniels once again. From the 27, here's Daniels. Tried to cut it back and met with resistance. Nice. This turned out to be a big-time difference maker. Daniels off the back foot and incomplete. 6 of 7 this year. The field goal department. Devin Neal wants the end zone. Devin Neal, did he get there? He did. This offense, Jalen Daniels and Devin Neal. And off the left upright. Second miss of the season for Tabor Allen. And it remains a three-point game.
Whatever it takes. Injury early in the game, you go to the locker room, you come back, put a shoulder harness on, you see two defenders, none of it matters. Devin Neal finds the zone.
Cam Ward, of course, one of the prize quarterbacks in the portal. Coveted by Florida State, he signs with Miami. And a big-time difference maker. Back in Manhattan, Johnson on the self-inflicted wounds so far this evening. Would that come back and be the difference between these two? Johnson.
Illegal snap infraction, offense number 75.
Jackson in motion on third down. Johnson steps ahead. Avery Johnson's got to go. Did he get there? 0 rushing yards last week. Road win at WVU. 65 tonight at home against Kansas. There goes Edwards. Dylan Edwards in the open field. That's getting the job done. 6.5 to go. Johnson kept it. He fooled everybody. Lost the football. And who jumped on it? Boy, it squirted out at the last minute, and I don't know. And they do. A costly mistake by Avery Johnson. J.B. Brown hopped on top of it. And the ball just slipped right out of Avery Johnson's hand.
Thought about him fooling everyone. But that ball at the bottom of the pile, it's so hard to find.
Jayhawks bouncing back after a slow start with a new offensive coordinator. Savion Morrison find its rhythm in his rhythm with his receivers and a new play caller. Daniels lofts one deep, looking for Grimm, contact and a flag.
Pass interference, defense number 10. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And there's been such a confidence level of quarterback to say, I'm going to put my receiver in a position where offensive backfield. He trusts his receivers.
Casey motions out. A quick strike goes to Devin Neal.
In the backfield, so they can throw it over their heads and the safeties.
Same, they've already rushed for 163 yards. Kansas State only gives up 83 per game. Roll the pocket out for Daniels and into the turf, incomplete. Jacob Parrish back deep to receive this punt. Damon Greaves well over his head. And it bounces into the end zone. His mentality and his future, you have to think, with his skill set in the NFL. Give it to Giddens, who spun around, and he lost a couple yards overall. He'll get another touch. The jump cut was there, shifting his way across the 25. Is it his time to start to take this game over? Motion him out. The slant pattern was tipped.
That field position batter.
Trevor Wilson back deep to receive this punt. McClannon off the side of his foot. It caroms out of bounds. KU.
It's these motions. Once we get lined up, it's you versus that guy, man. So take him to a deep place and drown his ass, man. Let's go. Let's go. Dogs on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Luke Grimm comes up. Absolute gold again with a deep ball. 42 yards on that pitch and catch.
Well, Brett Mott said take him to a deep place. I think Luke Grimm was listening. He said, okay, you want the deep ball, I'll take it.
This is in the red zone. The toss to Neal. Cuts it back, Devin Neal. Back. Re-grab the advantage right before the beginning of the fourth. Daniels takes off. The stutter step. Another move across the goal line for the touchdown.
Roy, Jalen Daniels is a problem, and I'm still looking for the solution. He's doing it with his arms. He's doing it with his leg. He's not afraid of contact.
Comparison of these two quarterbacks. Well, they've lived up to the billing. That one turnover by Avery Johnson on the fumble.
A play has to be made by your quarterback.
Sam, those numbers almost identical between the two signal callers. Keegan Johnson on the quick spin. Johnson into Kansas territory. A little bit in this second half. Both teams producing big plays. Johnson will keep it again. Look out, Avery Johnson. Shoved out near the 30. And another first down. 15 minutes to go in the Sunflower Showdown.
That is the end of the third quarter.
And these two teams separated by just 4 points. What a game in Manhattan. Come back with us.
To get a stop against a really good offense, so that's the challenge right now.
Your ground game has been efficient, both Avery as well as your running backs. Do you want to see more of that to close it?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got to stay balanced because they're blitzing us.
It's an even better finish. Dylan Edwards racing on the swing pass for 19.
They're finding him in space often. This is a 2 running back set. We call it 20 personnel.
Feel it, you see it with the speed. Transfer from Colorado, you mentioned it, Sam, coming back home. Avery Johnson going to be flush. Throws it to the end zone's got a man, but it's incomplete. Giddens went in motion. He'll get the handoff on the jet sweep. Brought down in 3rd and 8. Here's Johnson, end zone, incomplete. Whip in the first half for the Jayhawks.
And more than a drop, it seemed like Ancio just tripped. Now, this ball, you might say, was going through his hands, but he's falling over his feet.
It's 10 of 12 on this season. And Tennant hammers it through tonight inside this stadium. Devin Neal in the defensive backfield for the Jayhawks. But now with the football, here's Daniels. Buys some time and around Mott, heaves it out of bounds. Daniels all night to survey. Finally unloads down the field and incomplete. Wildcats get the stop they needed on defense. Damian Greaves sends it. His only misstep, the fumble. Deep in Kansas territory. Back in the 3rd. Play action for Johnson. Jaden Jackson has it. DJ Giddens struck down from behind for so far this evening. Under 11 to play. On 3rd down, Johnson, the crossing pattern. It's there, but well short of the line to gain. Field goal and another punt here. There are 4 possessions in the second half. Fair catch called for and made. Kansas with the football and a 1-point advantage, approaching 10 minutes to play. Neal, the running back, approaching KU record books.
Coach is saying discipline rush lanes, get 6 to the ground.
Out in the flats, pass is caught by Neal. Daniels looks one way, fires it back the other, and across the middle, it's Trevor front shown by the Wildcats. Out of that pistol look, here's a flea flicker. Daniels wants to go deep. Now will take off with a crease and a move, and a penalty marker flies in.
Holding. Offense number 52. 10-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
Instead of 1st and 10, it'll be 2nd and 14. Daniels, quarterback draw. Boy, trip. Here comes the pass rush. Backside pressure. Daniels falls down.
A flag is going to come out for intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 6. Lost it down at the spot of the foul. 4th down.
You're down by 1. Ball may be happening at midfield.
Damian Greaves off the side of the foot and out of bounds. Dylan Edwards short of Election Day. And a great atmosphere tonight on display for the home team playing Polk. Doing the same thing at lower levels of college football. Then at Buffalo and the MAC, and now at KU. That pass will be caught. Spec goes out the window with the game in this rivalry on the line tonight, and Kansas State with the advantage.
North Dakota State for climbing, and they're just climbing the ladder.
Jay Giddens on first down.
Good to see.
It's Kansas State that has won 15 in a row. In this rivalry, Johnson's going to be sacked. What limited on the field tonight. 3rd and 20. Giddens, the inside handoff.
Don't expect pressure on this play. Expect them to keep him in contain.
4th and 12. Kansas State going to roll the dice. Johnson, incomplete. Hey.
When we talked to their coaches from Kansas about Mellow Dotson, they said, he's the most mellow guy I've been around. He's cool.
Field position. Under 4 minutes to go. Here's Devin Neal. Plants his foot in the turf. And movement at left tackle. Did you wonder, is this quarterback draw time for Daniels? He wants to throw it. Now will take off. With a path and a tumble, and the ball comes out. Kansas State jumps on top of it.
When you turn on the tape of Brendan Mott, you see high effort, high energy, and no wasted movement. Good things happen when you run to the ball. Brendan Mott is getting to the football. That's effort, that's energy, that's no wasted movement.
Will the misery continue for Kansas? DJ Giddens. Lost the 45. Still on his feet. He'll push the pile. Automatic this season. 10 of 12 in the field goal department. Here comes the pressure. Johnson had to unload it.
Out of the motion of running back in and running.
221 rushing yards tonight. He'll fake it to Edwards. Johnson straight ahead. The sin in the first. A day of close calls around the country. Ohio State comes to mind. Then other tests, other ranked teams. Kansas State has endured Kansas territory. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Avery Johnson will keep it. Avery Johnson ushered out hard.
Out of bounds. So, yes, it's 3rd down, but bigger point is he went out of bounds. Avery Johnson.
Chris Tennant is long this season. 48 yards. Johnson got rid of it. And the question is, Johnson helped up.
Perfectly timed blitz and brilliant.
From 51 yards and for the lead. Tennant on the way. Chris Tennant connects from distance. Jalen Daniels with pressure off the back foot and out of bounds. It was Grimm that went in motion. Daniels has to get to the edge here, and he does. And Karum's out of bounds crossing. Daniels again on the comeback, and it is corralled. Otherwise, a solid 6 of 7 with his field goal attempts. Pressure, Daniels escapes for a moment, gets rid of it. Jared Casey has it. And Casey across the line by a thread.
And so was Jalen Daniels. They were holding on to his jersey by a thread. And
Jalen Daniels can barely get the call out. It's so loud. By a little bit of time, down on the turf and incomplete.
So that rush on the top by Tobi Osunsami.
Here comes the pressure. Daniels running away from it. Racing to the edge, and he lost the football out of bounds.
Season workouts. It makes a huge play.
DJ Payne said, not tonight.
Allow it to happen.
Kansas State and its march towards the top of the Big 12.
He's thinking their Big 12 championship hopes and playoff hopes are still alive.
Yeah, those percentages we showed you as we started the show tonight have only gone up after this win. And more difficult tests ahead as K-State continues deeper into the regular season. 29-27, the final 16 in a row in the Sunflower Showdown for KSU. That is our final score for Sam Ocho and Taylor Davis. I'm Roy Philpott. We say good night from Manhattan. Right now, it's the breakdown with Peyton and Belichick.